By the time I filled out my application for Refuge for Women, I was tired. Tired of pretending I was okay, pretending I was having fun, tired of having to try so hard just to keep from drowning, tired of him, and tired of the face I had to look at in the mirror every day. This was the end of the road for me. I knew that if I didn't get help now, I was choosing death at my own hand or at his. I had come to the end of the line and the party was over. If that's where you are, I know what a heartbreaking, desperate, lonely, and hopeless place that is. And yet I am so excited for you because I know what can happen when you let God meet you there in that moment. I found wholeness at Refuge for Women. Pieces of myself that had been gouged out by abuse and self-hate were restored. But there were days everything in me wanted to run and quit. Days that going back to that same chaos and predictable hurt and loneliness felt safer than laying bare scars I had always kept hidden, safer than risking rejection, safer than risking failure. But feeling safe and actually being safe are not one and the same. True safety lay in the midst of these battles, in the arms of the women fighting them alongside me, and accepting their love for me, and what I learned from walking through the scariest parts of my healing, the parts I'd been sure I could never face. I had to go back and walk through pain intentionally and with purpose in order to use those parts that had been broken, my heart and my mind, in the way that God had always intended. Until Refuge, I only knew people who treated me with disgust and people who wanted something from me. I didn't have a category for people who loved me just because I existed, and yet, here they were. Refuge gave me a place to call home and a family to belong to. God used Refuge to provide me with space to dream. I could focus on more than just surviving, and for the first time, look toward a future that was bigger than just tonight. I didn't have to live my life there just trying to escape from it. I was introduced to a God who knew me. He saw that I was the wrong woman from the wrong family who lived the wrong life and made the wrong choices. And he chose me anyway. Chose me to be loved in a way I didn't know existed, a love that was real and pure, that brought life and didn't end in hurt. Being loved changed my heart in a way that allowed it to let God in, to change my life. Today, I no longer have to make myself feel loved. I know that no matter how I feel, I am loved. While I was at Refuge for Women, we called it home. Not just because it was the place we came to at the end of the day, the place where we left our shoes at the door, the place that for most of us was the first spot we'd ever been at long enough to catch our breath, but because it was our house of miracles. Every day God showed up, no matter what we walked through. We never walked through it alone. You are not alone. You have come this far and we are here for you. You are wanted and you are loved.